Alright, welcome back to the Auto Cosmetic YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to be working on my truck. It is a 2017 Silverado. First thing I'm going to do is actually go ahead and clean the inside and out of it, and then I will show you guys around. So when I bought it, it had this leveling kit on it. I have no idea the brand or how much of a level it is. I do know that, especially when it's parked on flat, you can tell the front is actually a little higher than the back. I just don't really like. So I'm thinking I may take off the leveling kit. I kind of think I might ditch the wheels as well and go for like an OEM bigger sized wheel. I actually stripped all the factory GM rubberized coating off the back of the truck, and I went ahead and painted it with POR 15, which, if you guys don't know, is a very good rust prevention paint. I actually also stood the bed up and painted the entire bottom side of the bed to help prevent that from ever rusting. Still am planning to get the truck on a lift and strip that rubberized coating off the front of the frame and do the front of the frame the best I can. I don't plan on pulling the cab. Other things that I've done, I tinted the front windows to match the back. I added the Auto Cosmetics across the windshield, obviously. I added the Auto Cosmetics in the back. I completely debadged the truck. I did put a Borla exhaust on it, and believe it or not, that exhaust is actually from a Ford Ranger that my dad had, and he had sold the truck and it was just sitting around, and I got bored and put it on the lift and like kind of held it up and was like, you know, I think that this is actually possible to fit on this. So that is actually a Borla exhaust for a Ford Ranger. All right, so under the hood, the only thing I've done so far is I added a catch can. Now, as far as my plans for the truck, I'm a very, very big like OEM plus guy. In 2017, GM actually at SEMA released a performance edition truck that was mostly just a prototype, and I've been looking at that truck to get ideas. But before I go that crazy with the truck, I want to try to perfect it as much as I can the way it sits. You know, it's a cloth interior base model truck, which, to be honest, is what I wanted. The sound system, I really want to upgrade. It sounds decently okay, as long as you don't really turn it up like past half volume. After that, it starts, you know, getting distorted and stuff. I actually got all new speakers for the inside of the truck. The stock ones, you know, they're paper and have very small magnets on the back. They're just not great speakers, so I went ahead and just upgraded them. I got the Infinity reference speakers, which in the past I've used mostly Pioneer and Kicker, but I figured I'd like to try something different just to see how they compare. Alrighty guys, so this is a good look of the front doors on my truck. Down here is where the speaker is. Pretty self-explanatory. I'll just pop off the door panel and the speaker should be right in there. This dash speaker here, and there's another one on the other side. Those ones I have a feeling will be the most tricky, only because I've never like popped apart a dash quite like that before. So hopefully I can figure that out. The back door, pretty similar to the front. It just has a different size speaker. Here's the speakers that I got. I got all 6 of them, all this brand, so they should all pair together very well, I would think. There's the new speaker all in. Just tested it, it works. So now I'll go ahead and put the door panel all back together. Alrighty guys, so here's a little comparison of the back speakers. Alrighty guys, so I'm in the middle of trying to replace these dash speakers. So you have to pull out these pillar covers, and then this whole piece right here along the front of the dash, that's all one piece. And then down in here is where the speakers are. They're pretty hard to get to, I ain't gonna lie. But that one's still the old one. And then this one I've actually already changed out to the new one. So I wanted to get one done so I knew how to do it. And then I'll show you guys a little more of the process. Alright, so in this kit for these dash speakers, these all came like in a whole bunch of different pieces. It took me a little bit to figure out exactly how it all goes together. I think there's a bunch of different ways you could mount these, but these plates were just a solid plate that you drill a hole in, and then this kind of screws on, and then all these little, there's like 3 different pieces that all click together and screw together to mount this. I do like how this in here you can actually swing, and that changes the angle of the speaker, so you can actually like point it towards yourself, which is nice. Alrighty, so I got the dash speakers all put in. They were definitely, obviously, the hardest out of all the speakers in the truck, but they're in. They sound good. They definitely, you know, make the voices and the music way more crisp and clean, along with the door speakers adding a lot more kind of like deeper tones and bass. It all sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this trim all put back in. Alrighty guys, so now that I got the speakers and sound system all done, we're gonna go ahead and do one more upgrade to the inside of this truck. I think it'll help give it a little more of a modern look. We're gonna go ahead and install this new screen. I got this off of Amazon, but according to the reviews, it seems like it's a pretty good system. It also seems like it shouldn't be too terrible to install, so I guess I'll go ahead and start ripping this one out and see how it is. Alrighty guys, so here's where I'm at. I got the old one out. I got all the new wiring harness in, and now I'm at the point where I'm trying to make sure I have everything where it needs to go to plug this all in and snap the screen in and try turning it on and see if it comes on. Alright, do you want to see what I did while you were gone?
What'd you do?
Where?
It's kind of naked. What we got? Oh, wow. You did that quick? Oh my gosh, dude. That's massive. That's like taller than an iPad. It's like the size of like a big iPad. That's crazy. And it's all these new trim pieces.
Yeah, and it matches pretty good, actually.
You don't have heated seats.
No.
That stinks.
One thing I was surprised of.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
One thing I'm surprised of, the freaking wires are there for the plug. Like, it's wired for heated seats. Alrighty guys, so here it is all installed. Alright, so this is like the home interface. There's my Apple CarPlay. You know, all that's just typical Apple CarPlay stuff. The response on the touchscreen is actually pretty good, especially for an aftermarket system. If you go back to the home page, if you actually go over to this that says console and you click that, this is actually supposed to be like the factory kind of look of what it looked like originally. You can go on YouTube, Netflix, Amazon.
Welcome back to the Auto Cosmetics
So
YouTube
you can
channel.
play this,
We're working
and
on
then
this
if you
brand
push
new
and hold this down here,
doing
so I could have like my maps down here and the video up here, which is a pretty awesome feature. So yeah, that's it. Pretty slick. Alrighty guys, so the last upgrade I'm doing to the inside of the truck is a kicker subwoofer. This is actually like a factory option that Chevy offered. So this will actually fit perfectly right in here, and the seat will still fold down and everything. It bolts in here and here, and then should wire in pretty simply because it was a factory option. So I'm pretty sure that it should be a pretty simple install. Alrighty, so I got it all wired up. The wires are just kind of laying here for now just so I could test it and see if it works. It does come on and does work, so now I'm going to work on trying to tuck all the wiring in. It was pretty easy to wire. The instructions were really clear. So you got a ground that goes under this bolt. These two wires jump onto the two wires there, and then you just have a power wire that goes in through the firewall and then runs right there along that wire and into a block on your battery. So the wiring was pretty simple. Now I'm just gonna hide the wires and mount it. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and got the wires all tucked away and the sub all bolted down. It wasn't too bad to tuck the wires in under the carpet along back there and then in underneath all this trim. I can show you guys what it looks like up here. Again, wasn't too terrible to hide all the wires underneath all the trim, but it's in and it works. It sounds good. Definitely added a lot more bass to the sound system, so pretty happy.